only at the age of 21, that's when you actually
told everybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
So all that time you were just...
No one knew. Not my friends. Not... Yeah.
What did you think people would do if they knew?
I didn't think about that. So guys, yeah, I campaigned for HIV and AIDS, reproductive health, and the reason why I campaign, sounds so ambitious. I'm just a believer that if we want to develop Africa, I can't do the whole Africa, but I focus on Congo because I'm from Congo. But for those who are watching from Africa, my advice is that, my point is, if we want to develop Africa, we can't do it without keeping people alive. Honestly, I didn't think what the heck people would think. I was in prayer, I was fasting, so I went to South Africa, and the first people that I told were some of the volunteers a week before we came back, or a couple of days. Back.
So when you were campaigning in Congo, they didn't know?
They knew, but the plan was not to tell them. The plan was to tell everybody on stage, including them, and hide it. But then I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute. If you just tell them then, they'll be shocked. They're not going to know what the heck to do, and something bad can happen. So I told them during the competition. So I was there for 6 months. Yeah, Miss Congo UK competition for 6 months. They were training us, or we were learning about, what we're going to do on the day of the show. So I told them maybe I remember this, I think it was a month, it was in October. Yeah, it was, because it was around us, a couple of weeks before we started. I told them, they were shocked, they hugged me, I cried, blah blah blah, fast forward. And then I won Miss Congo 2017, the 1st of April, I told everybody, was it the 1st of April or the 7th? Bruh, I think it was like the 7th of April. So I told everybody on stage, and I won. It happened that BBC was there. The woman interviewed me after. It was like 1 a.m. She interviewed me. I was so tired. And then that day, and everything just went fast. But before that, I also went on tour. So I did so much. Oh God, that's another story for another day. But I was fasting. So before I won, I went on tour I was campaigning with an organization called Youth Stop AIDS. And I just wanted to learn about campaigning about HIV, because I thought, okay, yes, you're going to tell people your whole story, but what the heck are you going to give forward? With many of the interviews I did once I was still, training, I would say, they'll ask me, why would you like to win? I'll say I would like to win because I would like to tell people more about HIV and AIDS, educate the community, what is HIV, what's the difference between HIV and AIDS, and that's what I said, and I did what I said, and I'm still doing it till this day, even though I'm no longer, it's been almost 3 years now, but I'm still campaigning, so yeah.
Well done you for this.
Thank you.
For not giving
It's
up.
not for everybody, but yeah.
And I think you've been very creative.
Yeah.
In the way you do it, coupled with the zeal, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So
God has been. I have to thank God, Yahweh, because He's showed me the vision, confirmation. Oh God, English is coming and going. He's confirmed with me through visions, through prophecy, and if I didn't have that confirmation of, go and make disciples, then I wouldn't have known if I get the God, what am I going to do? And I follow one of a theorist. He's a clinical psychologist. He's quite controversial, Jordan Peterson. And in one of his posts on LinkedIn, he said, make sure you plan things so that when you do get to the destination, because you don't want to get to your destination and now you're like, what am I going to do now? But because you've planned things, you've secured things, you have a structure of what it is, a clear vision of what it is you're doing. Once you do get to that destination, because you've already done that, you've kind of you're gonna be building yourself. Yeah. And I think when I got to Congo, because I already had time planning, fighting, fundraising, networking, and I think it's so important today. I always tell people, don't look at the followers. It has been eating me up. Network. Yeah. I have almost everybody's number. By now, I think I will have almost everybody's number in the Congolese community. Wow. Because they see me. At first, I was like, give you my number. I'm like, no, I have my number. Because even if you want to call me for something, whatever, but I want to meet you somewhere. And I want to say, oh, did you see something? And you will share it. You will share it with me. And some of the things that came back to me, it wasn't even social media. It's because I went to this network event, or I went to this event with Congolese community. They took my number and they sent me something. Oh, hey, also, I thought you'd be interested in this. Wow. So network, not followers. Network. Literally, I've logged out of Instagram. I realized I have more connection on my own phone than I do on Instagram.
Yeah,
you know?
Instagram is very much. Look at how nice
and
people are there to watch.
Exactly.
And very little actioning happens.
And Facebook is even better, I would say. Facebook is better, you know. I think maybe because a lot of my friends on Facebook are people from the older generation Congolese community.
Okay.
So I see the work they do, they see the work I do. Sometimes they send me a message or whatever.
So you're saying the older generation is more responsive?
Much more. Way much more. My campaigns, they have supported me in getting the media when I was in Congo.
Yet your work is for
the campaigning to end AIDS. That's what we're doing. And campaign to end AIDS, also helping women in Congo and in this country understand. When I say in this country, Congolese women in the UK understanding more about their reproductive health. But honestly, they've helped. The older generation are much more responsive. The younger ones, because you're on Insta, they just watch you. Like when I went to the AIDS conference, 2018, I was in Amsterdam. I was like, wow, you're in Amsterdam. I'm like, no, I'm in Amsterdam for campaigning. You know, when I was in New York, almost 3 years, no, 2 years ago as well, 2018. Everyone's like, wow, because I think that same year, I traveled a lot. I traveled a lot, and I had my TED talk as well the same. So everyone's just watching. So I decided to just call it quit now for Instagram. Yeah. I'm not really interested in people watching anymore. I'm interested in networking. So if you guys want to find me on LinkedIn. It's a better place to network.
Agree. I absolutely agree. I think frustration normally comes from not lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
But the moment you find the solution, the knowledge, run with it. As you've just said, which is probably a lesson for some of us.
Yeah.
If you want certain results, if your business is about showing and maybe makeup. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, styling. Yeah. Sometimes. But I do find also people just watch. They don't engage. No. They just watch. Yeah. Right. So you're saying LinkedIn is working well for you. It's working. Try different platforms to share and pay attention to your analytics, because they are speaking to you. Yeah. They're saying something to you. Know how to interpret your analytics, the data that you get from posting, and work with it to increase it.
I'm going to Ghana, guys, in October. Just plan it behind closed doors. Stop looking at who's watching, because it just gets in your head who's watching, who's liked it. Oh god, they didn't get many likes. And I look at people doing stupid things. I'm like, what? Yeah.
What do you enjoy the most in everything that you do? Where is fun for you?
Yeah, I think the most part that I love about campaigning is I get to travel. Yeah. I mean, my campaign, that's my own money, but I'm still traveling.
You're still traveling.
Exactly. I like challenge, so I enjoy being challenged, and also like traveling. For being a campaigner, I get to travel most of the time for free. Yeah. So not my university, because that's technically my money. But you know, someone would invite you to. I went to New York for free. You know, I went to Connecticut. I was in Boston. So I was in 3 different states for free. I went to the AIDS conference 2018. In Amsterdam for free. So I think that's where it comes with people invite you places. And I've been to a lot of places in the UK, you know, Dundee, Scotland, for free. Yeah. You know, so I think that's, I enjoy the travels, so I can't really complain. If you want to invite me in France, I'm there. And I also like meeting new people. So when you talk to people, that's what I said about networking. So when you get to these places, you meet a new face. You're like, oh, hey, I didn't know this. I didn't know you were in this field. And then you exchange numbers. And because I love to talk as well, I love speaking. I do enjoy public speaking. Yeah. So to me, it's like, yeah, I get to do this, you know, all the time. And I love this.
And if you were to like describe the ideal future that you're building and working toward, and if you don't mind me asking, how old are you right now?
I'm 24.
Some of you 24-year-olds.
24, yes.
Anyway, won't even go there. But be inspired, guys.
Yeah.
This is amazing. So you're 24. Have things worked out according to your ideal plan? Did you think you'd have been married by now?
Oh,
Did you
no.
No? Okay.
I have a friend. She said when we were in sixth form, we were 16, 18. She said when I'm 25, I'm going to be married, I'm going to have a child, have children. We all just looked at her. No one said anything. We all just looked at her. We were just like, conversation. Yeah, she's 25 now. She's engaged. She has a child. She's actually having her second child. Me, when I was that age, what did I think when I was 25? I thought I'll probably have a house or something. I thought maybe, I didn't think so much of it. I was like, maybe when I'm 25, I'll be more mature, or being, I don't know. Definitely marriage is not in my head. And also because I know my relationship with God. You know when you know where God is taking you, He doesn't always give you a clear path. This is where you would be. But when you have a relationship with God, you begin to understand why you don't have those things at this moment. Yeah. I understand why I'm not married, because my life is so busy. You know, and not only that, there were elements in my life, layers, unforgiveness, you know, and bitterness that God has to deal with. And, you know, with many different things that's happened between the age of just 21 till now. Everyone looking probably thinking, you want a beauty pageant, it was exciting. There was a lot that happened between that space of time from 21 to now. That before even winning the pageant or going to South Africa, there was a lot that God had to deal with, that I had to overcome, that I had to let go, that I had to forgive, that I had to look at my relationship with my Father, you know, God. So I understand why I'm not married, you know. I understand why I know why I'm not married. And I think that's the worry of many women in church. It's like, why am I not getting married? Well, maybe, I always say this, God can allow you to be single for 10 years because He wants to deal with something in you, and that will take 10 years. And with me, I don't know when I get married, but if it's taken 5 years, because it had to take 5 years to overcome that. And sometimes we don't understand that as young, you know, women in church. You know, I'm still 35, I'm not getting married.
When you see people on Bella Nigeria and the people you sat next to, you went to school with, it's that pressure, right?
God works with us, you know. When I look at myself now, I'm like, I couldn't have brought that character in a marriage. You know, it's just too toxic. I couldn't bring the attitude with my husband in a marriage, because we think that once you get married, that's when God will fix you,
improve you
somehow. No, it doesn't, because your spouse is also in that journey of development. But it doesn't mean God is not going to fix you. He will, but there's just certain things that, as a Christian woman, as a fearing godly woman, what requires of us within a marriage, sometimes you don't fit that, and sometimes it will take 10 years. So it's about knowing. That's what I say. It's about knowing your relationship with God and where you're at with God. For me, I started understanding men more when I started seeing the relationship I had with my guy friends. And when my guy friend told me, yeah, Horcelie, you don't respect me, and I was like, what?
Wow.
Yes, I do. He's like, yeah, some of the things, the way you say it, you sometimes, because this one guy friend likes me. So you know, men, when they like you, they want you to be with them, so they always require respect. To them, it's like, you respect me, you honor me as a man. So all of it, especially African guys, and I'm not talking about the older generation, I'm talking about our generation. They still think like that. And sometimes I feel like it's in their nature. With most men, it's not just in African. Most men, they want to be feel like that man.
Interpretation.
Exactly. So, and that's what I mean. I didn't know that. He had to tell me that. I didn't know that. I thought it was fine the way I spoke. What's wrong with me saying this to you? So, my daughter who is watching, my sister who is watching, you know, take time to know what God wants from you as a person.
I don't think I have anything else that I wanted to ask. I think today we're going to go and do a styling video. So we're going to play with your body.
Yes.
And do a couple of things. We've got some stuff laid out for you there.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to be incorporating the bag that you won for the giveaway.
And I wanted to win it. I forgot to say I'm very competitive. I wanted to win.
Thank you so much for participating. It was so much fun.
Thank you.
So we're going to be incorporating that. And that video will air next week. So thank you for watching this one. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you follow. We'll put all socials below, and support, most of all, support. And if you want to know more, if you want to understand more about what exactly Horcelie does, I'm sure you can reach out to her.
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. Like I said, at the moment I'm not on Facebook. You can send me a friend request when I get back on Facebook. I'll reply.
But I guess the quickest response would be
LinkedIn. Yeah, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
thank you.
Thank you so much. I hope this was very interesting and insightful and you've learned something. I am going to put links below, relevant links to her campaign, her charity, and her LinkedIn profile. So yeah, connect and reach out and support. And as always, thank you so much for watching Modest Sisters. We'll see you next week, same time. And next week it will be us styling the beautiful Horcelie and having fun.
Bye.
Bye.